Ka District Disaster Management Authority is Khasi Hills District haka Sautarik Nai Wing Arhajar Arpusan Kelasa Miki Tiar ban Pyndonkam habadon kinu kijingja habawan Lynshop Khubor Mariang lani ki emergency responders kits shaki khna ki ba pendep ya kajingsha hikai mon snobha kabahap haka yuva abda mitra scheme yakini kitiar lasam hak jingelang kabalong ha usosotham auditorium Shillong ha kabalawan sakhilang da menteri ketenat revenue and disaster management ubala kemenrumbui upalong kumukongsan ha kani jingelang bat ha jingedan rengkat lang ka director ka disaster management ka kong mat siudor war nongbri ka deputy commissioner east Khasi Hills district kong RM Kurba additional deputy commissioner ba Shanlang Wajri bat kiwe de.
I'm very happy that you, 434, you have a clear mind that we need to respond. Thank you very much. Thank you for NEHU the Bharat Scout, LCC, and NSS for instilling the confidence in this volunteer, in this thing that they should help and they should be part of the solution. Because we are living in the world that disaster is awaiting us. It is not that it is not going to happen. It is everywhere. And we need to respond. And especially nowadays, the most difficult part is most of the disaster is man-made disaster. As a whole, it is, so to say, a center for disaster, God forbid, to happen. You have seen most of the road you cannot drive. Most of the road you cannot walk. And if you remember, 3-4 fire which happened in the city, and that time when I was the Home Minister, I asked the fire service, why it took you so much time to reach the spot to respond. The reply is that the fire brigade could not reach the place because so many cars parked on the roadside. That's why we could not respond. So slowly and unplanned city, we may be a plan for the single-story building. We are a planned city for the Assam House. We are not a planned city for the multi-story. The Lynshop area has the capacity for, say, 8,000, 9,000 population. But now, with the growth of multi-story building, it has to absorb the population, to take care of the population of about 30,000, 40,000. Whether or infrastructure are going to provide the needs of those 30,000? No. Or road is safe, narrow, or lane is safe, narrow, and everywhere is narrow. So that's why it is very difficult to respond to the mechanized way. But I'm very glad that through you, the volunteer, that you as the first responder will be able to reach quickly. And not only that, I'm very happy for Miss Khubor, like the name Panker Banda, so her action, her voluntary is also to take care for, to help in the course of, if there is any emergency. We need this time. Because now as the youth, what is the most thing which the young people, even the old people do today? The first thing, if any accident happen, or any disaster happen, the first thing they do, click a video, make a reel, and then call the district authority to respond. So let us change our mindset. Let us respond first and then do whatever we do in the next movement. Because if everybody, because as I used to say, all of us are reporters, all of us are the newsmaker or the news provider or the content creator. But if all of us, instead of responding, we are busy to make reel, to make video, what will happen? So, my dear young friend, this is not happening only to young people, even to old people also. The thing is that we should know that the first thing is that to respond. Respond, if we cannot respond by ourselves, we need to ask. If in the case of the fire, we have to ask the fire brigade. We have to ask the district authority or the sub-division authority, ask the case may be, so that whatever disaster which going to happen, we could mitigate it as much as possible. So my dear friend, we are living in the world which we cannot live only us. We need the society as whole. So only to join hands. That's why we need NCC, we need NSS, we need NEHU Kendra, we need Bharat Scout, we need civil defense and Hoka volunteers to do all this thing. And it's not very easy for the government to provide everything. We need the people who really understand the need of the human being. And you are the one, you are full of here, you are the one who understand. I hope that collectively, and we know that the Chief Minister has really worked to engage with the youth. This whole week, whole 2 weeks, we have seen that the Chief Minister has given the platform to different youth through the Chief Minister Youth Engagement Program, that to engage with the youth. Engage with what? We have to instill in the mind of the youth that we have to work together. We have to transform together. We have to ease the livelihood of each and everybody together. Because alone we cannot do it. So the youth are the not only the future, they are the present and the future of the state. And I'm very happy.
Bunstrongs Illinois, Adelphia Nasir Walbon, Halbon, Hazel Sefer Sulong, Cheryl Mary Wada. Ladies and gentlemen, our volunteer scheme will receive the following in the Rasa. They comprises of the cement. They also have to dedicate a safety cloth, pocket lamp, bottle, Rasa, along with a mosquito net. We also have a uniform with the ND as well as a chief.
It is an important part to bring the youth away from the screen and to the ground reality around us. So, thanks to Sir and the vision of the state government and Honorable Chief Minister, we are able to bring up our youth to the preparation for a situation which may develop. In the army we say, if you are not prepared, then you are preparing fate. If that be so, this kind of preparation that you as the Yuva Apada Mitra volunteers are participating in is something which is providing the backbone to the society in any eventuality or criticality that may develop. To wind up this small discussion and talk we are having, I would, on my behalf, like to convey
volunteer scheme. The first time it started about 6 to 7 years ago, where we trained about 200 Ddma volunteers in southwest governments. Post that, 700 Ddma volunteers were trained between 2021 to 25. Today, there are 434 of you. Why I mentioned about the past is because, as the Commissioner mentioned, that we are proud that Yuva Mitra volunteer training and the issue of which responder kits in each khasinews in Meghalaya is the first in the country. The past said a lot more too. The Ddma Mitra volunteers, the 200 and the 700, were considered to be the best in the country. In every meeting that I've attended, in every conference, in every consultation, at the national level, be it organized by NDMA, by SDR, by many other authorities, the Ddma volunteers of Meghalaya shine number one. In these programs, whenever there's a presentation that has to be made in terms of the works of the National Disaster Management Authority, the works of Ddma volunteers, out of 10 slides, 3 slides will always show the Ddma volunteers of Meghalaya. This says a lot. It says that they were very good, and all of you, 434 of you for now, are also amongst the best. We would like to see that the training that you have received will also be beneficial, and you'll be able to contribute in the same way that the others have done in the past. A lot has already been said about the Ddma team. I'd just like to remind everyone of the key objectives of this program. It's clear that it is to train and equip young volunteers in disaster preparedness, basic search and rescue, first aid and community level response. Now that said, as also mentioned by our NCC Lieutenant Colonel, that practice is perfect. Practice will ensure that you know what you're doing at the right time. This, as I said again, in the past, volunteers we have seen on the ground. I was lucky to be part of the State Disaster Management Authority for quite a few years, and we have seen that on the ground, your Ddma volunteers are the first responders. Their contribution to the state and the district is absolutely immense. Another key objective is to develop a national disaster volunteer policy, promoting and supporting volunteerism at all levels from national to village. So probably the reason why the NEHU has ensured that we have the Ddma scheme, so that it includes all those who are in the NCC, the NSS, the NYP, and the Bharat Scouts and Guides.
Having plans for the stadium, we have plans for ensuring that no one, should be affected during any kind of disaster in the venues. During 2024-25, the dbmnTv's Khasinews has conducted and coordinated 20 training programs in school, colleges, hospitals and offices, and in the process, we have trained 1,280 individuals. Meghalaya, being situated in the seismic zone 5, is prone to earthquake, landslides, floods, fires, cyclone, lightning strikes, tree fall incident and heavy rainfall. During the year 2020-25, about 2,083 villages in the district were affected by natural disaster, affecting approximately 59,884 population and about 40 deaths recorded. We also want to inform here that being the first state in the country to have conducted the training for under the program Ddma scheme, the national Ddma has also visited the state, and we're very pleased that we are the first state to have conducted this training. The National Disaster Management Authority initiated aims to empower youth volunteers from various national organizations to respond effectively during disaster, both natural and man-made. It focused on imparting first response skills, rescue techniques, search and rescue methods, first aid and rope rescue operation, with special emphasis on hand-on practice learning. The scheme primarily aimed to train volunteers from the youth organization, which has been mentioned earlier by our CEO. Today we have with us the NCC, the NSS, NYKS, and the Pirate Scouts and Guides. And so far we've heard we've trained 434 out of the 600 target.